Hey guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I'll be doing a spirit reading for those of you with Sagittarius placements in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate with you. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. I praise the creator of all, supreme, omnipotent, and in all things. I praise all of the high and virtuous spirits who have walked the way of eternal light and love. I praise all of our ancestors from Mother Africa, who is the mother of the entire human race. I praise all of the spirits who died during slavery and the Middle Passage, around the world, here in the United States, during Jim Crow, and today. Great Spirit family, since you are free of body and form, we know that you now have greater wisdom and greater power. We ask that you hear the call of your child and you come and protect us. Use your greater power and influence to help us solve our problems of money, health, family trouble, and racism. We ask that you somehow give us a sign that you are pleased with your children and that you are receiving our worship. Benevolent ancestors, open the gates of wealth to our people and guide us in the wisest and most effective ways to help all of Earth's children live harmoniously. Help us to remember we are part of the whole, part of God, part of each other. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, guys, let's get into this reading. We got a spirit reading today. It's a 5-card spread, including the cards at the top and bottom of the deck, so 7 cards total. And for today's spirit reading, I am using the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Okay, this is the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. All right, guys, so let's get into this. All right, so the first card at the top of the deck is Heart Home, Compassion. Heart Home, Compassion. All right, let me get that for you. Heart Home says, love is the truest form. Compassion. I'm sorry. Sorry, it says love in its truest form. Compassion. So love in its truest form is compassion. So it says, when you begin to feel like you don't belong anywhere, it's time to make your way back to your heart home. This is your true home. You are being called back to the quiet place where your soul resides. Put everything on hold for a short while. You are being offered the experience of love in its purest form, unconditional and unbounded. It is not the love you must work hard to earn or barter for. Drop into your heart space and rest there for a breath or two. Replace the judgment of yourself and others with compassion. Really, it is that easy when Heart Home shows up. It says, there is no need to forgive anyone for anything. None of it occurred. In spiritual truth, it is only your belief in the story that makes it so powerful. Allow your love to wash clean all those impressions. Empty yourself of judgment and preconceptions and allow spirit to fill you with the sweet nectar of peace. When Heart Home shows up, it is imperative that you heed its call, lest the universe orchestrate a way to bring you back to yourself that is of a harsher nature. Man, damn, it got sweet and then real sour at the end. So, okay, Heart Home. This is crazy because this card right here is telling you to drop all of, it's the mental. It's you in your head about who you are, how you belong, to people, to others, wanting to belong, wanting to have certain things go your way. Also it's saying, guys, don't neglect yourself. You guys are being too harsh on yourself. You're either beating yourself up for either repeating a pattern or having to have gone through certain life lessons. You're taking it personal. And what they want you to do is be more loving and nurturing to yourself. And let me tell you something. Look at this. All of this is from not taking care of me. This is what that accident, me, running into that runner while I was on my bike, did for me. It slowed me down. Sorry guys, my camera cut out. But what I was saying was, The accident that I had, running into the runner, running into the runner, like I was on my bike and I collided with a runner, it really slowed me down, okay? Because that was the one thing that this card says. It says put everything on hold for a short while. And it did. I mean, it took me out the game for about 2 weeks. I'm still healing. Like, I need these really to just help me twist and move and do different things. When I got into the accident, both my arms, I couldn't move them. Like, I had to keep them up. I couldn't extend them down. Like, that's how much they hurt, how much pain was in my arms. But that's why I say I had to laugh, because it says, at the end, it says, when Heart Home shows up, it's imperative that you heed the call, lest the universe orchestrate a way to bring you back to yourself that is of a harsher nature. And it was the harshest way the universe could tell me to slow down and to take care of myself, by forcing me to take care of myself. And it wasn't until I could get the movement in my arms back that I could actually take care of things around my home and just the practical day-to-day things that I was letting just run away with me, run away from me, really. I was too focused on, getting the Patreon going, trying to keep up with personal readings, posting on YouTube, that I wasn't doing the things that were necessary for me to feel balanced, okay? I wanted to take a salt bath to soak my arms, and it had been a minute since I'd even taken a salt bath. And I tell you guys all the time about cleansing and different things like that, and I wasn't even doing that myself. And then the minute I needed a salt bath, my hands hurt too much to even clean the tub, to even, get in the tub and do that. I had to wait, and it was exactly what I needed when I was finally able to get my right arm. I got function a lot faster than my left arm. So when I was finally able to do that, I was like, man, I've been missing out on just taking care of me, because I'm worried about different things coming in the future. I'm worried about if I'm doing everything necessary for everyone else and not thinking about myself, not cleansing my energy, after having certain readings and different things like that. Not having structure in place, not having any kind of structure. I had written, the day before the accident, I had written a challenge. I called it 30 Days of 100%, where anything I could think of that is going to help me improve myself and, me as a reader, to start doing those things. But I guess I wrote that list a little too late, because the very next morning it was an accident, So really, don't let time get away from you. If God is telling you to slow down, to take a look at other aspects in your life, and to stop the negativity, okay? The beating yourself, because I do that. I judge myself way too harsh, way too harsh. And I'm learning now to be more compassionate. Literally, it taught me to have more compassion. Some people might want to, different things that might happen to you guys, other people may try to interpret your occurrences negatively, but don't let them do that. You know why something has happened to you. You know how you feel internally about certain situations. So you be the judge of why certain things occur. Okay, because that was the one thing I knew. I knew I was going to get better. I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, my world is coming to an end. Like I'm started a new endeavor and now I can't, use my arms and my hands. It was more like, Justin, slow down. You're trying to move too fast. You're moving fast and neglecting yourself. And God wants you to do great things, but not at the expense of you. You are part of everything that you need to achieve, and you need to be healthy and balanced. And that's what I learned. And it was a harsh lesson. It hurts. It literally hurts, So I learned my lesson though. And hopefully you guys won't have to go through anything like that. So heed that card, heed the warning of Heart Home. Be more compassionate and loving towards yourself. Stop replaying negative words and memories in your head. Okay? Stop doing that. All right, the card at the bottom of the deck is a tidy home. A tidy home. What does that say? Clarity and organization. That's funny. I just said that. I had to regroup, reorganize, get back to the things that were getting away from me. So here, card 1, tidy home. Tidy home, clarity, organization, a thorough inventory, an auspicious symbol. Okay, it says, this is the card, guys. All right. If your emotional world feels messy and unruly and you can't seem to get clear, it's time to see how your environment is affecting you. Although your inner world has a huge impact on what shows up in the outer world, the reverse is also true. You can be influenced by people who populate your daily life and the energy of the objects you surround yourself with. Basically, everything in your surroundings. Now it's time for an inventory and full clearing of your environment. Ask for clarity from your relationships and do not make assumptions at this time. Clear and unambiguous communication is key, all right? All right, so be very, very clear, with how you speak to certain people about, I guess, where you stand and what you expect, okay? You may choose to let go of some people from your life when this card shows up. This is a good thing. Otherwise, you might stay in these relationships too long out of a sense of obligation and social courtesy when in truth, there is nothing holding you together. Be impeccable with your word. Say what you mean and be willing to make whatever changes are necessary to clean your side of the street. If you know you are doing the right thing, it doesn't matter who has an opinion. It's so funny because I was just saying that about other people's opinions. That said, right now, once you are sure your proverbial house is a tidy one, there is a release of energy to begin new things, to enjoy life, and to know with certainty you are on the right path. This is great. And this is, you guys have to clean and clear. And that's so funny because that was one thing that I did. It was one thing that I did. I bought more flowers. I got me a bunch of orchids. Once I got more feeling in my hands, I was able to clean my closet out. It's just different things like that. It's symbolic. You cleaning your area and making sure there's a decent sense of feng shui around you really affects you on the spirit level. Your outer affecting the inner. This is also talking about certain relationships that aren't serving you guys anymore. And for you to actually be firm about what it is that how you're going to move with this relationship. If it's over, and stand on your word. If this is a certain person that's hard to get out of your life, maybe there's a certain schedule we need to keep. Okay, I'm only going to deal with you on this day at this time, and that's it. But you need to clear. It's time to clear. All right, be more compassionate. All right, and start clearing things out with tidy home. Okay, that was at the top and the bottom. Now we can jump into your spread. Okay, your first card is surrender. Surrender, all right? Let me get that for you. Surrender says, when the sky dancer appears, she is inviting you to welcome the deeper power of the feminine into your life. You have already overanalyzed your situation to exhaustion. Now is the time to invite the sacred feminine, the wisdom within your heart, no matter your gender, to guide you to success. If you have become earthbound, plotting and planning and praying for change, cease and desist. Break the habit of being yourself, of repeating the same behavior and hoping for a different outcome. Okay, because I was like, break the habit of being yourself. It means like of repeating what you've been doing, okay? It says, stop trying to figure it all out and stop overthinking. Surrender. The sky dancers are heralding the arrival of a new relationship. It says with yourself, in your work, or in your love life. Do not assume that this person or opportunity will rescue you. The only way to liberation is to kiss the ground goodbye and take flight, to rise above the fray and the drama of the struggling, arguing mind. Dance in the sky and view the madness below. By simply witnessing the actors and the human comedy unfolding on the ground, you are transforming it. As you observe the drama, you unleash the power of the sacred feminine that allows for resolution. The sky dancer knows the map of heaven and the way to the holiest and most sacred sacred spaces on earth. They come to help you with your current life, and even more important, to guide you to the realization of your own divinity. Man, and I've been talking about you guys' divinity for forever, about you self-actualizing, becoming the true divine self that you're supposed to be. But this card, man, it's telling you to stop trying to figure. That's the other thing why heart compassion came out. The beating up in the mind of wondering when this future better you is coming, a better time. When am I not going to be worried about this aspect of my life anymore? Just keep trying to improve, but as you improve, be good to yourself, okay? And anyone in your life, obviously, there's something or someone, whether it is of your own thinking or this other person causing drama, they want you to just pull yourself out of it. Just fly away from it, okay? Because by not participating, you change the whole outcome. You change the outcome. Pull yourself out of drama, okay? Because all of this backing off is literally, it just told you. The sky dancers are heralding the arrival of a new relationship with yourself, in your work, or in your love life. And let me tell you, love life, work, is not one of those things is better than the other. They're all so critical and important, and it could literally be all three. Okay? To have a certain sense of peace, to know that you're not worried about when your love life is going to start, is humongous. You know, excuse me, guys. To not worry about that, I feel like it's a luxury in and of itself, because that's something that could really bog your mind down, and you don't need that. You really don't. To be able to, I was watching something on YouTube, and this guy was talking about how he gets dressed and takes himself out on a date, and just feels very comfortable in himself. And as I'm listening to him, I'm like, that sounds like so peaceful and so powerful. That the effort I put forth is literally for me. Okay, it's not to pull in anything or anyone. It is so that I am at peace. Okay, it's that kind of peace that actually brings in the partner you're looking for. So honestly, I feel like the healing that you are being guided to do is to bring in everything, the work, the love, and the new you, this better you. Okay, so don't be afraid of this stuff. Your next card is repairing the veil. Repairing the veil. Forgiveness. Okay. Repairing the veil says, between us all is a thin veil, appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them. So we engage the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. This veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we at the same time do to ourselves. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's actions to diminish us, we create a wound felt by many, not just those of us in the smaller direct relationship, okay? It affects people beyond who you're dealing with in front of you. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you have been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you are on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, and deep listening and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and for your own liberty as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim. Both positions are of weakness. Let go of all your resentments. Know your part in the dynamic and make the appropriate amends with the newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much needed declaration of freedom. And it's funny. This is a whole new deck, and I literally have gotten that message for you guys in the Earth Warriors Oracle deck probably twice. and in some other deck about the part you play. Okay, no one's just the victim or just the perpetrator. Okay, there has to be a dynamic to create the situation to even occur. All right, if there is someone that or a relationship or situation that needs mending and fixing, guys, do that. I feel like Spirit does not want you to move on in another aspect of your life without fixing something. Okay, and the thing is that you may not be able to continue on as friends or as, you know, family members who are just so happy to be around each other. But for that situation, for whatever occurred, it seems like there is energy and ability to mend it to where it is not a situation anymore. And no matter what, you guys don't have to go back to that. Okay, whether you want to continue on a relationship or not. But know that you are not totally the victim. You're not totally the perpetrator. So fix whatever is wrong. Okay, fix whatever is wrong. All right, guys. Number 29, horned cactus, resourcefulness. Okay. Oop, I'm sorry, guys. Let's get you that card. Okay, it says blooming through resilience, resourcefulness, discovery. All right, the horned cactus. It says, when nothing seems to be happening fast enough or your ideas have dried up, you begin to question your relevance. During these periods in your life, you might feel like giving up, frustrated and resentful that success will never happen for you. The issue here, however, is a matter of perception. The horned cactus thrives in the barren desertscape, offering you the gift of water when all appears to be dry. If you look at its body, you see the natural thorns that protect it from predators and the elements. What you don't see are the deep roots that extend far into the earth, filling it with a continuous flow of water. The succulent is a symbol of resilience, of resourcefulness, of your needs being met in spite of appearances to the contrary. It's a reminder of the courage and inherent wisdom needed to dig deep below the less than friendly surface that hides a rich underground world. Can you connect to the magical truth and trust? The desert is a mystical place filled with mysterious creatures, beautifully adapted to the environment. The horned cactus tells you to take heart. The journey is only temporary, and you will soon be met with greater pastures. But first, you must acknowledge your inner strength and fortitude as you are tested here. Be as the cactus, resilient and resourceful. Okay, guys, see, some of you guys, and this is what I know, this is why Heart Home is here, this beating yourself up, wondering why things haven't started, why I'm not there yet. And I said this before about, I think it was one of the readings, weeks ago now, 2 weeks ago, when I was saying that you're being tested, like God wants to prove you to be the one. This is just a test. You're going to get through this. This card is even saying this. It's like there are better pastures to come. But even while you're going through what seems to be a deserted time in your life, where you're this lonely cactus who has to have these thorns of protection, that God is still providing for you resources. Okay? So don't get angry. And I have to keep telling, do not get angry about these times, because I'm telling you guys, your anger is causing not only negative thoughts, but a lot of you to continue negative behavioral patterns or return to people who are like, the cycle between you and them is been over. But you won't adjust to the difficulty of where you are right now. You got to get adjusted, because a better time is coming. A better time is coming, but you're about to see the strength that you have, the resourcefulness, the things you can create out of difficulty, okay? You're not weak. You're not weak, all right? So don't fold. Don't fold, all right? Your last card is Hollow Bone, Teachability. Hollow Bone, Teachability. And I'm going to just say before I even read the card, like, because this could also, whatever you're going through could be a humbling experience in trying to teach you something. So instead of feeling like a victim to something, find the lesson in it, all right? And that's what they want for you. Please find your lessons. Find your lessons. Okay? 28. Teachability, humility, being empty so that the wind of spirit can breathe through you. Okay? The hollow wing bone of an eagle is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are, to check your ego at the door, and to know that this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, and this will not, it says, as this will not change anything right now, especially when it comes to, I skipped a card, guys. I'm going to have to come back. When it came to repairing the veil, it was talking about that, this, and here it is, it's like this need to be right. Drop that, drop this ego. It says you are being called to practice humility. Hollow yourself out and hear the wind blow through you and play you like a flute, okay? Allow spirit to come through you, all right? You will learn the language of the squall and the storm and understand the message in the summer breeze. This is an important communication waiting for you. Humility is the swiftest path for you to become like the hollow bone. Drop all notions and titles that bolster your ego. Eliminate the doer and allow things to happen of their own accord. Remember that you can accomplish most anything if you are willing to let someone else take credit for it. Hollow bone has come to caution you to believe only 50% of what others think and only 10% of what you think. Trust your experience, not what you have read in sacred books or holy texts. This will allow you to turn apparent danger into opportunity. Remember that you are a significant grain of sand in the grand scheme of life and as important as the brightest sun, okay? There's that play of humility, but understanding also the importance of why you're even here in the first place. But don't let that, don't let your talent, gift, or in that situation of, I know I'm right, cause your ego to overshadow whatever lesson is there for you and another person. That's what I feel this card is about. Whatever this lesson is, it needs you to, even if you are right, it needs you to back down and let spirit come through to handle the situation. Okay? I thought this was your last card, but it's not because I did not read Sacred Contract. Okay, guys? So this will be your last card. Maybe spirit did that for a reason because I totally looked over it. Your very last card is Sacred Contract. All right? Sacred Contract. This card is Commitment, Sacred Contract, the greater good. You are being invited now by the universe to enter into a sacred contract. The covenant card may also be to recognize that an ancient agreement you made with spirit needs to be renewed. Renewed or canceled and torn up. It says it's an opportunity showing up right now that is full of promise, but you are unable to sign and seal the deal and commit to it. The reason is that it needs to be elevated to a sacred covenant. A covenant must be founded on the truth, not your truth or his truth or her truth, but a greater truth that takes the destiny of all into account. The covenant is not about your agenda only. Spirit must be invited to come to the table as the guarantor of the good faith of all, and to ensure that the direction that you are embarking, that the direction you are embarking in will be for the greater good. It's important that you understand what you are signing up for. Be sure to read the fine print so as not to commit to something you will soon regret or that will compromise your integrity. Do not hesitate to put all your cards on the table so that your motives and desires are transparent and nothing is left in the darkness. When shadow elements remain hidden, the covenant breaks down and becomes a contract with an unspoken dark side that is inevitably fulfilled. Guys, I feel two things. about this card. I'm glad I read it last because it kind of makes sense to me. There's two things. You guys have a sacred covenant, a mission, something to do that involves your purpose. And there's one aspect of it is know what you're walking into. Know the requirements that are necessary. The person you have to be, okay, for this to occur. Another thing, because you guys keep getting these false twin things in your reading, I believe you're getting a warning, okay? This is how I feel about these false twins. Some of them may have agreed to do something with you, but we have free will. And I feel like some of your false twins have said, I would rather go the material route than fulfill whatever spiritual thing that is supposed to be birthed between you and I. You know, I'm not going to do that. But yet, you know, they won't leave you alone. They won't walk away. And you even feel a certain sense of connection. You do not have to uphold that contract with them. That's why they keep coming up in your reading like this. There was an agreement that someone no longer wants to take part in. Okay? You don't have to fulfill this because it's as if, yes, our feelings for each other will say, I agree. Fine, I'll continue dating you. Fine, you can move in. Fine, we'll get married. Even though you know for yourself that this person isn't spiritually where they need to be. The outcome of their lack of spirituality will occur. Whether it be positive or negative, it's going to happen. Something's going to happen. But you don't necessarily have to go down that route. You are not bound to them because they're not literally fulfilling their end of the bargain. Okay, remember it talked about darkness and shadow aspects. Really take time and look at what you're doing and what you're getting yourself involved in. All right, really assess a person or a situation before you just say okay out of loneliness, out of I can't see the next step, out of emotional chaos. Okay, this is why the very first card was asking you to come home. Who are you? Who are you? What do you really want? What are you expecting? If you are agreeing to go about the highest good of you and everything, and you know you're aligning your will to God's will, if the person next to you isn't doing that, then they don't belong. Okay? And that's why even in this repairing the veil, it's like there doesn't even have to be that much of this bad feeling between you and I. It's just it just is. I'm who I am and you are who you are, and it doesn't look like we match. You know, whoever it is in your life that you're going through this with, okay? It's okay to walk away from this because I'm gonna tell you something. The contract you have with God, you need to fulfill. You need to fulfill that contract. Things could get hard for you if you don't, and you'll notice that. You'll start to notice that. All right. So the thing you don't have to do is to continue on with the person who refuses to get in line with divine will. You don't have to deal with that. All right. There was a card behind Tidy House, and I really do want to read it. You know, for those of you who are like, Justin, we are almost 30 minutes in. I can't take another card. That's okay. But for those of you who want to listen to this last card, I want to read this for you. And it's card 52. Yes, it's straddling worlds, wandering between realms. Okay, give me one sec, guys. And I'm going to close it out on that because contract I was going to leave it alone, but now that I read contract last, I really want to go to 52 and get that for you. Okay. Being comfortable in two states, wandering between realms, reinvention. All right. It says, when the straddling world card shows up, it's an invitation to get used to living with one foot in your old world and one foot in the new. There is no going back to the way things once were, and what will be is not yet fully here. You must find the delicate balance that you can you must find the delicate balance that can bring you delight as you relish the past and all your memories, along with the awe as you glimpse the astonishing and exciting future. Do not wait for applause. Move on quietly, humbly, invisible to others. This card brings an invitation to begin not only a new chapter, but a new book in your life. It says, do not break the news to anyone. Let people be as surprised as you are as you reinvent yourself. Make sure you are not just simply improved and a more polished version of a dated and obsolete you. Birth yourself into someone original, a brand new you, okay? Do not feel like you have to explain yourself or be understood by anyone. Become a mystery, even to yourself. Gaze into the mirror one morning and be pleasantly surprised. Straddling worlds invites you to become a true wizard, not just one performing magic tricks, but one who has mastered the dance between the visible and the invisible worlds, between the realm of form and formless. You are the birther of new ideas, of original and sustainable ways of being in the world. Guys, this is what's happening. And this is why they're telling you people have to go and making amends and, closing things down, checking the books, making sure everything's straight because I'm peacing out. But see, this humility allows you to stay in both worlds. It's not like I'm becoming so high up that I can't be down to earth and relate to other people. But I'm not the same no more. I'm not who I used to be. I don't deal with the same people I used to deal with, but I'm still here. I still relate. I can still relate. And I'm going to show you how to get to the other side the way I got to the other side. But it's not folks from your past you're going to show. This is going to be new people because this change, and I keep telling you guys, sorry guys, the sun is really coming down on me. This change is a very big transformative time. You guys going through this desert cactus thing, this is not lasting long. This is not a long time thing that's going to be occurring. You are transforming, being tougher, more resourceful. Man, there's a greatness in you, okay? And this is what's occurring for you. Okay, this is what is occurring. This straddling the spirit world and the material world. Being in two places. But, right, this is what I was going to say, just getting away from myself, because you got this transformation is not only in your spirit, but it's definitely in your material world. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. They're saying, don't break the news to anyone. Let people be as surprised as you are as you reinvent yourself. Whether that be materially in the money or in your spirituality or whatever it is, you ain't got to tell nobody. All right, be quiet, be quiet. Let your spirit and your soul and your works and who you are, just your being and your presence, let that be the shocker, okay? And it's gonna shock you too, because you're gonna be like, damn, I did that. I did it. I was able to drop all of the negative self-talk, all of the people who didn't believe in me, all of the messy emotions and the clutter in my life. I dropped it all and I changed. And my whole world is better. And not only that, I'm more connected in the spirit and I can trust my intuition 100%. That's what you want. That's what you want. Okay? All right, guys, that is your spirit reading. If it resonates, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, a link to book a reading is in the description box below. Okay, guys.